Well, welcome to the Gringo Saddle Shop. After that great debacle yesterday where I did the whole film crooked and upside down, we're going to give it another shot. This is the saddles in my shop in Colombia, so you can see the differences in saddles. This saddle here is a saddle from the cowboy region of Llanos. As you can see, it doesn't have much leather on it because they spend most of their time going through marsh and water. So they have basically a bare tree, and then the style of what they call bastos here, I think you would call skirts. Under here, we don't use sheep's wool because we can't get good quality sheep's wool here, so it's usually done with foam and some kind of covering, either leather or a cloth. This saddle here is a Mexican style saddle that was kind of like a prototype that I did. It has a removable seat so that if it gets wet you can change it out. It's done with Velcro, and the same thing with the so-called bastos here, the pads. That's with a heavy-duty industrial cloth with the foam inside. That's probably the most popular way to cover here. Then you come to this saddle, one of the first I made while I was here, and I did all this nice elaborate carving and had a great time. And then I found out that here in Colombia, they don't like skulls. Mexico and the US, they do. Here, they don't. And so this saddle will probably be here indefinitely. Then I came over here and I had some of these trees that I got from a big manufacturer. They no longer use these Mexican-style trees. They're really heavy, but so I made one of these Mexican-style saddles. It'll work for a bigger horse here. Most of the horses are on the small side. And then you come here, and this is a Mesa saddle. This is the biggest saddle company, I believe, in South America, definitely in Colombia. And they've gone from doing 100% traditional leather shop to now, or factory, to now they make most of their stuff in synthetic materials. This is a synthetic saddle, except for some leather here, and some leather here, and some rawhide. And this saddle also has the same system with the Velcro and the bastos. You can see that's similar to a Western saddle. Then coming over here, I've got a more traditional saddle. This is the old working saddles, what they would use on the ranches. And as you notice, everything here is pretty much two rings with center fire rigging. It's rare to see a saddle that's not rigged that way. And then this is another saddle of the same style, another color, a little bit less expensive. And this saddle also is the same style. Then we come over here, and that's another Mesa saddle, same as the brown one here that I showed you, except this one is in a custom color pattern. And then over here we go to another traditional saddle. This was made by a friend of mine, and you can see the way he covered the horn with rawhide, kind of more of a traditional way here. And then here we have an old, not old, but old style Mother Hubbard, or what else did they call mochilas? Here they call it mochila. And basically this whole piece lifts up over the saddle. It can be changed out and dried. And this has one ring, but it's still center fire, as you can see. And these saddles were popular at one time, not so much now. And that's an inexpensive Mexican saddle that I brought in. And then coming here, we have our tereques. First, we have a McClellan that I made with nylon rigging. And this one is covered on the bottom with leather. You can see with the sun in the back, but this is all leather and then foam underneath. And then more of a traditional Colombian tereque. And that one's got a lot of what do you call adornment with rawhide. All the little white pieces are thin rawhide that's laced in there. And then that's what we call a Galapago, which is more like the British style saddle, and that's what our police are using now. They've gone over to that saddle. They used to be on McClellan's. And then here is another of the inexpensive Mexican saddles. And then another real nice tereque there. And the meowing you hear is the mascot there, Zoe. And she wants to go outside, but she has a busted foot, so I'm trying to keep her inside. So now, show a little bit back here. It's a mess because I'm doing a lot of production, but you can see there's a McClellan tree that I'm getting ready to start setting up. These trees here, the best ones for Colombia are these plastic ones. They're like ray lights. They're real durable. I could throw it out on the street, nothing would happen. The quality of the wood trees here is not so great, and they don't seal the rawhide good, and water gets in, and you throw them out in the street, they'll shatter. They're just not that good. And there's some of those big, heavy Mexican trees that I got from SSA. And there's some more McClellans. Up there you can see some classic saddles that I took in that need some repair, and I don't know what I'll do with them when I get a chance, maybe fix them. And then here's another old mochila that has a broken neck.